guys, it's Melissa Farthing on the virtual campus of Huntington University. You're listening to Rooted, an in-depth conversation with interesting people and topics that matter to the Forrester family. Make sure you subscribe to Rooted on iTunes, Google Play, or Spotify. You can find us by searching Forrester Radio Rooted. And you can also catch Rooted Thursday evenings at 7 on 105.5 WQHU. Today, I'm joined by Les Petroff. Mr. Petroff is the General Manager at Sodexo Campus Services here at HU. Sodexo is in charge of the dining operations on campus. Mr. Petroff, thanks for joining me. My first question for you is, what led you to become the General Manager of the Sodexo here at Huntington?
Okay, I've been with Sodexo for 35 years.
Oh, wow.
And in the past year prior to coming here, I was helping out at different locations. And this opportunity came up and I came and interviewed for the job. I have spent all of my years with Sodexo and Marriott. Before that, Marriott bought Sodexo out in the state of Indiana. So I was interested in staying in Indiana. And like I said, when this opportunity came up, I came and visited. I liked the school, liked the campus, really enjoyed the people here, and went ahead and interviewed for the job. And Sodexo took over here on August 1st.
All right, so I know you said that you wanted to stay in Indiana. Now, are you new to Northeast Indiana or just the state?
Yes, actually, my first 17 years in Indiana, I was at Anderson University. I then left there to go to Hanover College, which is as far south as you can get along the Ohio River. And then I went to Franklin College, and I spent the prior 13 years at Franklin College before I came here. So I've kind of been at similar size schools, similar locations, and really enjoy what I'm doing, love the college food service. So I thought this looked like a great opportunity.
Cool. Now, what does a day in your position look like here?
I'll say this, there's never 2 days alike. Basically, come in a little before 8, check, see how breakfast is going, check on the staff, look to see what's on our catering boards for the day, and then, get to work, checking on the menus. I have a great chef and a sous chef that run the kitchen, and meet with them, see how things are going. I've got a catering manager here, Stacy. She's been doing a great job, so I have a strong team, and that helps me. But I keep an eye on them. I'm downstairs. I check on every meal. A part of my job is actually to taste the food, so I sample a little breakfast. I go down before lunch, and I try the food before dinner again. So, but basically, it's just overseeing the food service. It's reacting to students' concerns. Meeting with the administration here to see if there's concerns from their end, what's coming up. Obviously, there's been a lot going on with the COVID pandemic. It's changed the way we do our business. The other challenge here is that we've got a brand new facility, or a remodeled facility, the hub, that will be opening in January. So we've been planning menus and spending time over there getting ready, because January 25th we will open the hub. So it's added to it. I would say the COVID has added many changes. It's been tough because we had to remove, of the 340 seats, we had to remove about 180 seats in the dining room. So that's been tough. We were glad to see an outdoor tent go up. So, keeping an eye on the seating, helping out my staff to make sure that, everybody's masked up, both staff and students. And then again, the other big changes are trying to keep track of the product. One thing we've noticed with the pandemic hitting is a lot of our supplies are coming in back order, out of stock, especially paper supplies and to go, because that's pretty much how the world we're living in right now. And a lot of businesses are needing the same thing.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot, especially during the pandemic. Now, do you happen to be a chef yourself, or are you just overseeing the food operations here?
I'm not a chef. I was a business administration major, but then I got into the food business. I did start out as a production manager, but the college food service has come a long way from production managers and simple menus. Most every account that Sodexo has an executive chef and a sous chef. There's a lot of creativity with menus. What I like about our company is they send out a menu cycle, but then we have, at each site, you have the right to make it your own. So, one of the things we've been doing here is learning the trends of what the students like and they don't like. I meet every other week with the student government, our dining committee, and they go through I like the way I work with Josh Wilson, and the way he words it is he goes over the praises and the concerns. And it's really nice that students are willing to share the praises, because, in the past you hear a lot of the negatives. It's easy to complain, and I don't mind if people complain. I just ask for specifics, because that's what helps us the most. So it's nice to get that feedback, and that keeps us on our toes. And like I said, I've done this a lot of years, but I am here for the students. It's not the menu that I want to eat. It's what our students want. And between food allergies and things like that, it's ever changing. Our business is definitely, it's not a boring job.
Yeah, actually, you touched upon some of my other questions here. I had a question about criticism, because I know that, being college students, we can be kind of critical sometimes and kind of dwell on the negative. So I guess, how do you handle that criticism and feedback from students, and what do you have to say to those critics?
Well, the one thing I've learned is to have thick skin. Not everybody likes the same foods. And again, what I'm most appreciative is if they're specific. If you think it was undercooked, if it was overcooked, if we had too many spices. Because when I get specifics, I then share that feedback with my staff and with my management team. And that helps us, go in the direction that we need to go in. So, it's critical, those meetings that I have with them. I get feedback from students face-to-face in the dining room, as well as from administration. So the feedback is critical, and I'm okay with the negative feedback. But again, I will say for Huntington University, it's nice that I get a lot of the positive feedback too. And a lot of the students understand with COVID how different things are. We don't have a retail operation right now. We will in January, and that will open up other places for folks to go with other menus. So that will help in the variety and things. So, that's been another challenge, is you've got one place to go 7 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people are definitely looking forward to having more options at the hub. So I know you mentioned Sodexo opened here in August, and last year we were using Chartwell's. And I've heard that we've actually used Sodexo before here at Huntington.
That's my understanding.
Yeah, and I was just curious if you had any information, like why these changes keep occurring, like why certain years it's Chartwell, certain years it's Sodexo?
I honestly don't know, simply because I was not here, but I do know that Sodexo was here for a number of years, because when I was at Anderson University with Sodexo, we would host meetings at each different school. It's nice to go visit other schools and see what they do. I'm all about learning from other folks, and if they're doing something that's creative and people love, then we share that with our team. So I know Sodexo was here for many years, 20 to 30 years, and schools decide to make changes. Contracts go out to bid. There's money involved with remodeling. There's a lot of different things, but all I know is that I had heard that Sodexo was coming back into Huntington. Again, I don't know the reasons, and that the job was open, and that's when I posted for the position.
How does your team decide what goes on the menu for a day or week?
Well, like I said, we get a menu from our corporate chefs come up with a menu, and it goes out nationwide. But then again, what we do here, we're in the Midwest, so I find there's more meat and potatoes type of things. But we still have to be creative. We still have to, like I tell my chef, it's okay to try something different. But if it's, we track how much we make and how much we have left at the end of the night. So if it's something that wasn't popular, let's change it out. At least we tried it. So we want to try so that we do bring some variety to the menu.
Yeah, that sounds like a very good plan. I've definitely noticed some variety this year and some very cool changes. Now, I know you say that you get to sample some of the food here. That's part of your job. Do you have a favorite menu item?
It won't be the same as the students because the students want orange chicken and chicken tenders. But, you know, like I said, I've learned over the years I try anything and everything, but I will say my weakness is dessert, and we do a lot of homemade desserts. And some of the cheesecakes here are my favorites. As far as entrees go, I'm a meat and potato guy myself. But I do enjoy the lasagna when we have it here. It's one of my favorite entrees. So, but like I said, I try them all, and I give my feedback on too spicy, not enough spices, things like that, as well as our chefs try the food before they put it out. And I think that's just critical, that you taste the food before you serve it.
Right. Yeah, I tried the pie the other day for the Thanksgiving meal that we had here, and that was really good. All right, so my final question, and I try to save, I guess, the most exciting question for last. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of us are very excited for the hub opening next semester, and we are so close to having it open. Do you have any upcoming information or a sneak peek, so to say, of what's going to be found in the hub, and is it going to be different from what the hub was originally?
It will be somewhat different. I know, first of all, the first level will be what we call we proudly serve Starbucks. So the lower level will have a much larger Starbucks than has been like right now in the resident dining. It's very compact. But we will offer food as well as beverages, and that will be an enhanced selection downstairs. And then the second level will be, one of the concepts is called wrapped. So you'll be able to have wraps and deli meat, things like that, and there will be a grill. But we are, in fact, when I came over here, my chef and my retail manager were working on some of the menus, and then when we come back the first week in December, we're finalizing the menus because we've got the equipment coming in, and it's getting closer and closer. So I've been over there a few times, and I see progress every time I go over. They were putting the carpet in the other day. I met Pepsi over there ordering all new equipment. So we're very excited. And I know the students aren't. I know it's been down for a while. So again, with all the limitations we have, it's going to be great to have a new place to go eat. So we're excited.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited too because I never even got to experience the old hub being a sophomore here. So
yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, I just want the students to know that we are here for the students. Anytime there's a concern, it doesn't have to be written down. It can be face-to-face. My chef is I know he's talked to a lot of different students, so I never want anybody to think that they can't say something or they can't tell us that something is wrong, because if we don't know, we can't fix it. So we're always open for feedback, and like I said, we're here to serve the students of Huntington.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate it. And thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe to Rooted on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. And remember, you can listen to Forester Radio over the air in Huntington on 105.5 WQHU or by visiting our website at foresterdigital.net. See you next time, and stay rooted.